Hello, everybody. How you guys doing? Dieselfunk Dispatch. We are back. This is Wednesday, July 23rd. I'm Tim Fielder, visual Afrofuturist and graphic novelist, getting ready for my trip tomorrow to San Diego Comic-Con. As I've let you guys know the last few days, I'll be moderating the Afrofuturism panel, which will be pretty good. I'll show the flyer for that in a moment. That'll be Friday morning. I'll be on the hip hop panel. There's a lot of people that generally show up for that on Saturday. I'll be doing the floor tour with the San Diego Comic Con with my good friend Calvin Reed for his Publishers Weekly More to Come podcast. And Sunday I will be attending the Dwayne McDuffie Diversity Award ceremony, which is very cool. Graphic history of hip hop, written by Walter Grayson and drawn by me. For our company, Walter, myself, and Christina Hunksbrook Lamatina. We're up for the award. There are a bunch of books up there for it, so whoever wins, well deserving. All the nominees are awesome, and that's great. I will say, though, George Lucas will be paneling on Sunday in Hall H, and I want to try to make it just before the ceremony. So I'm going to try to see if I can get there because I want to give a copy of Infinitum and Maddie's Rocket to Mr. Lucas, and I would love to give a copy of the Graphic History of Hip Hop to Queen Latifah because she's actually she's in the Graphic History of Hip Hop twice, maybe 3 times. I forget. I may have drawn her 3 times, but maybe we just used 2 images. But yeah, so I've been burning the midnight oil. You can see here I hadn't really shaved. Don't worry, all that'll be gone by the time I get to San Diego. So got to go to LA first for a second, take care of some business. My parents out there for a moment, and then I will then take the Amtrak on Friday morning very early. Get there enough time to pick up my badge and put on this thangy. So today's show is what is it called? Let's see, we'll go here again. My show is this one. Let's pull this one right here up here. Let's see, where in the world is this it? No, that's not it. That's it. No, that's not it. That's it. No, that's not it. This it? Sorta it. All right. So we're gonna go with this one right here for now. This is my screenshot here. I'm finding, even though I prefer to have the apps sort of situated to their own thing, I'm finding this is just a heck of a lot easier. So forgive me if how I'm working here is what this is. And now you guys are, because today we're dealing with our particular subject today is using silhouettes for storytelling. Silhouette is a shadow shape that shapes an object. It can be a human, it can be any kind of object, but it is a black, completely black form of a shape. And silhouette storytelling is something that is pretty big. In fact, it's something that I deploy quite a bit in my work. And 2 really prominent operators, I don't know if I should use the word operators, but why not? 2 prominent operators in using silhouettes that have had the biggest effect on me. The first one I would call, let me go back here, this guy. Bern Hogarth. Anyone has seen this book here, Dynamic Light and Shade, it's somewhere here on the shelf behind me here. That book had such a tremendous effect on me years and years ago when I first bought it. And the interesting thing about Bern Hogarth, who used to draw Tarzan and stuff like that, is that, I mean, look at these forms. Look at that. I mean, and I have to get the rest of his books. This is the Dynamic Drawing series and, Dynamic Light and Shade. And the thing is, if I'll go here, let's look at Dynamic Light and Shade here. Let's see if there are any silhouette shots here. Look at this. Oh no, that's not it. Come on, where is it? Doggone it. Now, just as I pull this guy up, let's go here. Dynamic Light. Okay, and if we can see a page here. So Bern Hogarth. the thing that he did was he showed how you could tell stories just in silhouette form. Now, if I could just find the image that I had here, um, oh, going, I can't believe this is happening now. But it's okay. Of course, it would happen now. Just as I was trying to show, just as I was trying to show an example, of course it would happen. But it's all good because one of the things I'm going to be doing is utilizing that. But this right here is good. Let's look at this one here. Let's look at this image. Uh, actually, hang on. Let's look at this. Look at this shot here. Let's zoom into that. Look at that shot. See, so this is in partial silhouette. It's in partial silhouette. But if it's completely in silhouette, it can also have a very, very powerful graphic uh, power, if you will, graphic power, because it's completely black. But it's a shape that has a little bit of mystery, but the human brain fills in the detail. So you can use all black or partial black. I'm finding that's something that has been very, very cool too. And Bern Hogarth is the one who I first saw that technique. Another person who I think is great, who's been doing really amazing stuff, is Carol Walker, fine artist. So if you look there, she's famous for doing the kind of black female figures in the dress, and she tells these complex stories. And of course, you know, she's the one who did the big sugar mammy, which was pretty crazy. But and that stuff is awesome. But this is the stuff I really love of hers. The kind of silhouette storytelling that you get. It's just so graphic and it's very powerful. And it's something that I think that I feel inclined to use myself. And of course, particularly with Maddie's Rocket is where I use it fairly extensively. But Bern Hogarth and Carol Walker are the two people who had the biggest influence on me. Now, another person who was Lottie Reininger, who did her movie, which was pretty crazy. But I'll just go here. We'll just go here for a second here on YouTube. Now, let's keep going here. Now, the very cool thing about Lottie was an animator, filmmaker, if you will, but she had the ability to tell these stories through shape forms. And I think look at this stuff here. Isn't that incredible? And we're talking about 1920. Talking about a long time ago when she did this. So it's pretty dope stuff. And I like to deploy that technique in my own work. Now, I'm not cutting out paper. Don't I use digital again? For those folks who don't know me, I do digital arts. This is what I do, and I think it'll be interesting to deploy that in my storytelling, which I'm going to work on a little bit on Black Prince today because I have a scene or entire page that utilizes silhouettes, and then we'll use silhouette and we'll deploy a little color to tell the story. So it'll be quite nice. Also, I am Tim Fielder. I'm a visual Afrofuturist, graphic novelist. You can find my work at Dieselfunk Studios. I tend to do works in the field of Afrofuturism, science fiction, all these type of things, and it's really great. Blurry Champ, thank you so much. Hey, Zephanie, good to see you. Good to see you. Yes, I'm working on the comment. How you doing, girl? What's happening? We I'm doing this 5 days weekly. I'm going to eventually try to pull Arthur McFarlane into the whole process. For those who don't know, Arthur McFarlane III is the grandson of W.E.B. Du Bois, and I would love to have him on as I'm working on the project. Yes, good to see you. Good to see you. Anyway, let me check here and see if my comment section is now working on YouTube. Yes, it is. And I'm gonna say, hey guys, bow, yeah, there we go. We got that. So Dieselfunk chat is now working, and it appears, hey guys, Dieselfunk dispatch chat is working. Instagram is already working. Facebook, no comments yet, but I'm gonna say hello all. There we go. So it looks like we got this running. Let me just take a moment here to do what I'm going to do, man. Do what I'm going to do. Let's see here. We don't want to edit anything. We do not want to edit anything. What we want to do is to, oh boy, I don't worry about that for right now. What I'll do, I'm going to switch over here. Actually, I'm going to take this here. I'll go to Facebook. Hang on 1 second, and we'll get back to our silhouette for storytelling lesson. Here we go. We'll go here. Go to Tim Fielder. Okay. Okay. We'll go here. And maybe on the home page. Yeah, that's already running. So maybe, no, it's not running. So what we're going to do here, we'll go here, go back. Should have made a copy of that, but that's okay. That's all right. It's okay. It's cool. All right, we're going to go back here to this. There we go. Oh, no. We want to go to this. There we go. Hang on 1 second, guys. I just want to make sure I share this to the let's see here. I'm going to copy link. There we go. We'll move to Tim Fielder. Now, I wish there was a more automated way to pull this off. But I'm sure there is, but it's like I'm learning as I go along with this stuff. So I would ask you guys to, continue to extend me grace. You guys have been fantastic with that thus far, and I thank you so much for that. It's been, I was talking with one of my friends today, and I was thinking to myself how fulfilling it is to do this every day. It's been making me feel like I'm really, regardless of who's watching it at the time I'm doing the live piece, what it feels like is that I am actively connecting on a daily basis, at least 5 days weekly, to build community with my audience. Now, there'll be other things I'll do. I'll eventually have an online community, that kind of thing. And it might just be sufficient what I have here, but that's one of the things that I'll be doing. Anyway, so let's get back to our thing. By the way, you can buy my books, Maddie's Rocket here, Infinitum and Afrofuturist Tale here, as well as the graphic history of hip hop. I do have a link on my homepage here for Dieselfunk Dispatch, but what I'm going to do is see if I can make it more powerfully accessible in real time. But we'll work that out. Let's go on. This site here is carried a heavy load. It's been doing things for a while, so I'm very grateful for what I have there. All right. So we're going to now go to Photoshop. Okay. So using silhouettes for storytelling, right? You guys remember this from last night. I had a lot of fun doing the breakdowns here. If I have time, maybe I'll come back and do a few more breakdowns. I think people got something from it. But right now, what we're really going to focus on is doing our work with our silhouettes, and I think I'll do that in Clip Studio Paint. And it's time to finish these particular shots off as well. So let's go, not here. Where is it? Yeah. Okay. Then he close. No. Almost. That's the one I want. This is the one I want. I want this particular page here. This is the one I think that is important to be able to do. Now, in this particular shot here, the main character has taken the horse he's on. He's escaping along with the horse. But what he does is he stops the horse in the carriage, and when he does that, he ends up releasing the horse, right, and riding the horse. But there's a shot where that takes place. Now, normally, if I'm not mistaken, when we initially did it, we said we would do it like this. So here you can see where he rides up on the carriage, he pulls the carriage, the horse carriage, to a stop, and then he walks around to the horse and walks off. Now that's cool, but there's some power. Keep in mind, comics, as well as film, and animation, they can mimic reality, but they are not reality. You can have shots in any of those forms that tell the story with either realistically rendered or graphically rendered elements like a silhouette, right? That can tell the story very powerfully because it allows a sort of dynamism that can be utilized in a graphic form through the silhouette, right? But silhouettes can at times be hard to read, right? So, for example, let me go here back to, that's not the page, that's not the page. Well, this will be a good page. This will be a perfect page to read, right? So we go here. So this is a shot here. Now, I'll go through things like repetition in comics, which is very important. This particular here, this is the character uses the carriage to take people to different sections, right? And I'll do this on another day, and I'll do it. I'll probably do it next week after I get back from San Diego. But at any rate, in this particular case, uh, so you have this carriage, right? I've drawn this carriage, I set it up. But watch this. I'm going to create a new frame here, and I'm going to zoom in. Now watch this, guys. Watch what I'm doing here. And take our pen. Now, I could use a marker to do this, but to save time, I'm going to do this. I'm going to go here. Watch this. All right, hang on. All right, we're tracing around the wheel here. Here we go. Whoops. All right, so as you can see there, that's a fairly detailed drawing of the carriage. But if I fill it with black, all of a sudden, that's what I have. See what I'm saying? So now it's a graphic image. It's a super graphic image. But let me just reduce the opacity on that, and I'm going to do something here. I'm going to take my eraser, and I'm going to go and subtract through an eraser the black lines, right? All right, let me move this over here. Again, dead scan line from Wacom. That's unfortunate, but hey, there's nothing I can do about it now. Go here. Very, very quick. Now, I could just as easily have taken a lasso tool and done this with, but it's okay if I just go this way here. Go here. Hang on one second. All right, hang on. Almost done. Now, there are parts here that actually I would keep things in place. But we'll play that by ear. Let's go here. Now I want to do one more. We're going to go right here. Maybe there. We'll go here. We'll go here, here, there. We'll get it big here, here, there. And here I won't do it. I won't do it because it's up against the base of the element. So I'm going to turn that off. So you see how that reads differently now? It reads more, instead of a mass object, it actually reads as a full-on object. And that's a very, very important tool that that silhouettes can utilize. It's heavily used in comics. Afrofuturism Lounge, Lawana Richmond will be with us on Friday. She is one of the panelists, one of the kick-ass sisters out there that'll be there doing their thing. Looking forward to seeing you. I won't be able to be at the lounge tomorrow, dear, because I'll be in transit, but I will see you on Friday morning at the panel. So looking forward to catching up. Again, Lawana is the master of all things Afrofuturist in a lounge. I'm joking, yeah, but she's actually a scholar, an academic, a big wig who knows the form, and is a purveyor and ambassador of the form, internationally prominent, and it's been a pleasure to know her. She's also a good friend, and she takes me by fantastic burrito places when I'm in San Diego. But yeah, so I'll see you in another day. Okay, what is this here? Oh, we got a message here. Don't know what the message means. We're not gonna mess with that for right now. Let's go back here. We're gonna log back into Dieselfunk to see if we got any thingies going on here. All right, no comments yet. That's good. We're good. We got 2 reactions. Thank you so much, guys, for that. Thank you for the reactions. All right, YouTube. All right. So looking there, nothing yet. That's good. We good. We good. But the good thing is with this is that the um the good thing with this is that the streams are running and the streams are healthy. So that's a great thing. So I feel very good about that. This is what happens when you're running multiple streams at the same time. All right, let's see here. Let's keep going. All right, let's get back to this. Okay, so I'm not going to use this silhouette technique in this page. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to use it in this page, right? Command D. So again, you see how sketchy you notice from yesterday the breakdowns are very loose, very like extraordinarily loose, and that's okay. I want to open a new file here. Go to open Black Prince. We'll open that one up. All right, so here's where my comics pages are being loaded in. I'm very happy with that. But we got to do something else here. Hang on one second. Go here. Yes, that's one of the pages. That's not the one I want now. Yes, no, no. Now you might ask, well, what is he doing here? What I'm doing is going through identifying my assets. I just need to find them because right now, here we go. Is that it? I don't know if that's it. Doggone it. I hate it when that happens. I obviously, because I've had to draw so many horses, I had to draw so many horses. I'm just like, it's not that I'm sick of drawing horses. I love horses. Horses are awesome. But I've drawn so much stuff here that I'm losing track of where my horses are. So let's see. Let's go here. We're going to open recent, hammer prompt, Black Prince. Okay, I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go to bridge. And we're going to go in that Black Prince thingy here and try to find out. Now, so you see that? You see this image here? All right, let's look here. Let's zoom in. See that? So that's one of the things that I'm considering using. But what I had done was I actually took out. I generated a silhouette from a profile view that works just as well. But I need to find it. No, no, come on. Let's go here. Hang on, guys. Hang with me. Stick with me. Okay. All right, we're getting near the horse thingy here. That's pretty good. All right, there it is. So we're going to open this up in Clip Studio Paint. There we go. I knew I was forgetting where it was. So what I did, because this horse is in multiple shots, what I ended up doing was taking a sort of different forms, because if you look here, so we'll close that. Well, leave that open for now. When you open, hang on, guys. Hang on, guys. I was wondering, what is the problem? The problem is I can't see. I can put on my glasses here. Okay, there we go. All right. So our job is to transfer these images here. Now let's zoom into those images there, and transfer them to the other thing. Now to the other page. Now the good thing is I don't have to reproduce a lot. So that's great. Right? So what I'm going to do here, we got this here. We got that there. Great. Let's take this. Who is this? Okay, that's nothing. All right, we're going to hit Command C, and then we're going to go to Command V. Oh, those are really huge horses and stuff. But that's okay. We can reduce it down. See, we can reduce that down. All right. So that works pretty good there. I like that. Let me take this. I'm going to reduce the opacity of that down. Again, 3 panels. The horse walks into the frame, right? The guy gets off the horse, releases the horse, and walks off with the horse, right? So in this one here, there we go, right there. And we're going to reduce these horses. There's another one in this shot, by the way. I'm going to reduce these horses down in size so they can fit. This is like a Clydesdale or something like that. You all know how big those horses are. And one thing to do is we'll just take it here, we'll go there, and we'll just make it a little bit bigger right there. Yes. Yep. There we go. All right. Now, let's take our lasso tool. And I'm so glad I'm doing this kind of screen capture like this, because it's so much easier for you guys to see what's going on. Right? So we're going to take this horse here and we're going to move him right there. Right? So that's good. And then we will take the horse here. And I think what I'm going to do is, yeah, that's what I'll do. I will take this. Let me take this one here. Watch what I'm going to do, guys. Watch what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this. I'm going to duplicate that layer. I'm going to go here. I'm going to turn that off. All I want is this right here happening. So now the goal is to do this. It's going to be a little weird, so work with me. And go here. So what I'm doing now is deleting the horse from this shot. Okay? Right. That's good. But we need to make it a little bit round. I'm doing this by eye, but it's okay because it's a comic book. It doesn't have to be exact necessarily. All right, great. So now we will take this here. Now I could just as easily erase this, but why bother when I could just take it out with the lasso tool? See? Great. All right, love that. Okay. So now what I want to do is I want to take this guy. Yes. There he is. Right? There he is. He's there. And I'll show you how that shot there is going to correlate. Let's put this underneath there. Okay, I'm liking that. I'm liking it a lot. Alrighty. So effectively what's happening here is this shot and that shot are down. You see? They're down there. And then if I turn that back on, so you see what's happening? It's the same carriage, but the the form is different. The form is different, right? So we've got that. Now this shot here, okay, well, where is it? Where's the other one? Doggone, I hate when I do that. All right, that's good. All right, that's that thing here, here, here. All right, let me do one thing here. Command T. Ah, there he is down there. Okay, I see what's happening. I see what's happening. There's the horse there. Okay, no worries. No worries, guys. So we're going to do here, do Command C, Command V. So we now have that horse on a different layer, but I am going to delete it on the higher layer. This one. Where is it? Hang on. Turn all these off. All right, we got this one. Okay, that's the horse up top. I like that. Then we got this one here. That's the horse there. Okay, which is not bad. And we want to put this carriage there. Okay, so we got this carriage, okay? Now, also want to duplicate this carriage. By the way, all I have to do is just grab and put it right over the little box here with the checker. Eventually, I'm going to be able to zoom into that. But for right now, I need you guys just to hang with me. I'm going to hold down my Shift 2 and drag down, okay? So, when the carriage comes into view, it's basically entering into the frame, right? Now, I don't need to show that carriage into the frame because it went into the frame here. See? It went into the frame. There's no need to repeat that, to continually show it walk. I got that covered, right? Go here. I'm sorry, let me move this over. All right? Hang on, this is where a trusty mouse comes into play. There we go. All right, great. All right, so we got that. Now, so the carriage is in place. I like that. Let's see, this is carriage 3. This is carriage 2. So we got that. This is that guy there, which we are going to put here. There we go. See how he's walking off there? That's pretty good. And then we got this guy here, which has both that one on the bottom and top. Now I'm going to delete this one here. There's no need for that. All right? So let me grab this. Watch what I'm doing here, guys. So he's still there. Say right there. Right? But I think what I want to show, let's see if this right here will work. I don't know if it will, but we're going to see. If it doesn't work, I will erase it. And go here. See what's happening? I'm not drawing any detail in this. I'm just putting in the shape, the form, right? And because both feet are not together, right? Both legs are not together, I can reduce the thickness on that shot. See how I'm doing? So that works quite nicely. All right, now you look at this, this is really pixelated, right? But when you zoom out, it actually tightens up. So that's one very, very useful thing to have as well. Michael Kopich, thank you so much. Hello, Deonis. How you doing, my friend? So good to see you. Division Mains, I guess that's what it is. Nice handle, by the way. That's a dope handle. Okay, so that's good. Let's see what else we got here. What else do we have here? Let's check here. Okay, we have one comment. Someone has commented. Oh no, that's me who got it. All right, Carl Juzang, thank you so much for liking the post. And Annie Evans, how you doing? Erica Hardison, so proud of you with your latest initiative. Keep going. I think we're gonna be all right. And I'm very proud of you for taking an aggressive initiative with your writing career. Keep going, young lady. You're gonna be all right. All right. So I think that looks better now. That makes the horse not look as stiff. The only thing I'm wondering, and so I'm going to ask the Instagram folks here, since those are the ones who are most active. Which one? It's like if the horse is walking, because I'm going to put the guy in the chair here, right? He's going to be in the chair, lead character. He's going to be in the chair, right? And I'm sitting here thinking probably the one that works best for him to make it look like he's walking is where the leg is up, right? So this is what I think I'm going to do. Watch what I'm going to do here. Here we go. So we know this one is that. So I'm going to move this up here. Meaning what I'm doing is situating the layers together. So I'm turning those off. So we know for layer 3 at the bottom, we've got that scene. Now I still have to draw the character. I understand I have to draw the character. You guys be a bit patient with me. We're going to get to that. Hold on. This thing here working right. Let's go. Anyway. So, we got that horse. So, yeah, I'm kind of thinking maybe the horse with his leg up makes it look like he's walking into the frame. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking this one and this one here probably need to be the first in the first frame. That needs to be, grab my move tool here. Oh, come on, mouse. Don't be that sensitive. We go right there. See how that's fitting? Right there. Okay, great. That means I need to take this guy and move him down there. So what's happened is here it makes it look like the horse has come in, but watch what I'm going to do here. I'm going to move this. Whoops, not that one. Up. Doggone it. Hate it when that happens. So we got that one. I'm going to move this guy with the horsey here. I'm going to select both of these, and I'm going to move this back just a little bit right there. So it makes it look like the horse is walking into the frame. That also then means I'm going to take this guy and move him there. Just a little bit. See? And what that does, it shows the passage of time. It shows that there's one thing happening at one moment. It's what Scott McCloud calls moment to moment. And eventually I'm going to go over understanding comics. Do I have that book up here? I know that I do. But one day I'm probably going to take time and just alphabetize all of my stuff. But then I have all these notch keys and gimmicks and stuff to do it. All right. Anyway, before we do that, let me take a quick detour here. One moment. Please subscribe, hit like, ring notifications, subscribe, hit like, ring notifications. You may buy my books from Dieselfunk.com or Amazon. You can get Infinitum and Afrofuturist Tale, Maddie's Rocket. Working on books 2 and 3. I think you guys may have seen that 2 days ago. Or was that yesterday? I forget. I'm drawing so many days here. Where I was showing the camel on the sand dune. That's from Maddie's Rocket 2. Right? So I am working on multiple books all at the same time. I think it's important that I show my process. I know some people say this is crazy. Why would you reveal everything? It's because there's so much data, is the word I would use. I was about to say media. There's so much data that has to be consumed by people who are on social media, and they call it social media, but I don't. Even though I don't want to get into semantics, but the reality is social media is where everybody is. So it's not social media anymore. It's effectively just media, right? I don't watch um, Abbott Elementary on ABC anymore. We don't even have network TV in our house. We have because we're probably quasi bleeding heart liberals. We get MSNBC on our Spectrum app. We occasionally look at CNN, primarily during election seasons. What else? God. And I look at tons of YouTube. That's it. That's it. If I need to watch movies, I'll watch Prime, Netflix, Paramount Plus. Really hate the fact that they are not, well, not hate, but I love Star Trek on Paramount. I think they're doing a great job. That's my opinion. And that's how I do my viewing. I see movies occasionally, but whenever I go see movies, I'm only thinking about um, I'm only thinking about how much I'm being fleeced while I'm watching that movie. You know what I'm saying? I'm just being honest. There's so much. Those things are so expensive. You know, whatever. It's just $20 to see a movie. I mean, I remember when they were five. I remember when they were six. I remember when they hit seven and eight, and everybody was like, "Oh my God!" Then they hit 10. I was like, "Wow, they can't go any higher." We went to see Superman the other day, and each ticket was $21. So, and that was not including concessions. So, while although movies are for entertainment, we're all big boys and girls. It's starting to feel a little bit about like the theater world. When you want to go see a play on Broadway, some of those tickets are running $100 or more. And that's fine. I wish everybody well. This is not to knock any bit a creative business venture that's trying to earn a living, and they have to adjust their business model to accommodate the headwinds in the market. So if $100 is what you can charge and get for your product, then go for it. But I'm just saying that sometimes the change in pricing can be pretty alarming. But anyway, all that to say, that's what that is. Anyway, let me take a sip of water here. My voice, I'm starting to realize why is my voice getting hoarse? It's because I'm talking 5 days a week. So let me just take a little sip of water here. Much better. Excuse me. So I've gorged myself. I've had ice cream and cookies today, and different things because I know over the next 3 days it's going to be mostly just walking from one panel to the next, and that's okay. All right, back to work. So again, I thought that was pretty cool here how the horse here came into the scene, but I now think I need to stop it right there. That's what I need to do. I need to stop it right there. And then here, let's see if I can make this happen here. Why? Okay, here we go, guys. So okay, this is good. This is good. Let's turn that. Okay, so there's the carriage there, right? There we go. But what I need to do is I need to take. So that's there. That's there. Okay, that's good. This is here. Okay, that's good. All right, so the horse is there, and the carriage actually needs to be here. It needs to match up, and that's pretty good there, right there. Okay, good. All right. Now, let me do this. It's going to be a little tricky, but Work with me here. So I'm now, and again, it's all about storytelling. So what I want to do here is grab my pen, and I think I'll use this particular frame here. I'm going to take this here. There we go. So now I'm going to take this, I'm going to fill this with black, right? Okay, let's try it again. I'm going to go edit, fill. Okay, so you see what's happening there? Let me turn this off. See what's happening? Now all of a sudden, this shape, it's like it's taking on a sort of, it's graphic, right? And the ground is actually the borders, at least for now. So let's work that out. Right now, before we do that, however, this is one thing I'm going to do. I'm going to take this just a little bit and I'm going to stretch this just a little bit longer here because I want this to be right there, and I want to take this. Whoops, hang on, buddy. Now, the reason why I've done this is I wanted this to stretch outside the borders because there's a specific way we tell our stories here. Okay, so that's good. All right. Now, before I do duplicate that, one of the things I want to do is this. Let's see. Let's go tapered pen or dense watercolor. Let's go. Sure, I don't want to go to wet wash. I don't think it's just the right thing. India ink, darker brush pen. Let's see what happens here. Let's see what happens. We'll make that point really thin. Ah, yeah, yeah. There we go. There we go. See what's happening? This makes it appear. There we go. I'm liking it. Hang on. All right, let me make this point here a little bit small. So you see what's happening, how that's turning to grass? Again, not the greatest illustrator in the world, but I can tell a story. That I do know I can do. Okay, let's move that over. See, so you see what's happening now? Frizzle that up just a little bit because, again, I want this to read as a graphic. Now, you might say, well, Tim, this book is in color. Don't worry, I got you covered. I got you covered. Stick with me. I got you covered. All right, boom, bam. There we go. Go here. There we go. And this is the process of utilizing silhouettes to sell a specific kind of vibe and feeling, meaning that it is not important here to show detail in the shapes. It is only important to show the, the form of the shape. And what that does, it takes the focus off the detail, but it also is very graphic and it makes it for the viewer, it forces you to focus in on what's happening, only on the action that's happening, right? So let's see here. We got this. This is good. Now watch what we're going to do now. So we want to keep everything as even as we can. So now I'm going to duplicate this. I'm going to take my tool here, my shift. I'm going to drag and drop that right at the bottom. See what's happening? See, so we got one panel at the bottom. We're going to have a panel at the middle, right? But I need to take this guy and that guy, and I need to move them in position. Now, I don't want them as low. Well, actually, that's kind of hot there. I kind of like that. That's kind of hot, man. That's kind of hot, dude. But you know what? Let me do this. Let me take the horse and move the horse over even more. There we go. Because I'm going to have the guy walking off of it. There we go. All right. Now, one other thing I think I need to do. That's actually not bad at all. I like that. Excuse me. Let's take. Yeah, yeah, I like that. I like that. So this is good. This is good. All right, now I need to do the. All right, that's good. We need this one. Okay, I need to bring this one down a little bit. And of course, we can adjust this a little bit later. But for right now, we're going to take that down about right there. For now, if we have to adjust it later, we can. Then we'll take this guy. Yep, there we go. See what I'm saying? I like that. I like that. Now I'm going to duplicate this one more time. And this time, I'm going to move this guy up. Whoops. Yes, all the way up. Right. So the goal is we want each panel to be, hello, IMX Fry. IMX Fry joined us. Thank you so much, IMX Fry. All right, so we got our horsey here. These panels, I'm doing it by eye. Maybe I'll take that down just a smidgen. Just a smidgen. Just a smidgen. Not too much of a smidgen, actually. And then we will move these guys. Is this it? Nope. That one? Nope. This one? No. That one. Right there. Okay. So we're going to go here and move this to the bottom. So there's that horse. There's that carriage. Okay. So I'm going to take these guys here. I'm going to move them down just a little bit. There we go. Not too much. Not too much. There we go. Yeah, I love that. That's good. So it makes it look like the horse is actually walking and coming into the frame, right? So they stop there. Okay, this is good. This is good. This is good. This is good. All right. Uh, Again, for you guys, for those folks who are just showing up, today we are covering how to do silhouettes, using silhouettes for storytelling. Also, I have been trying to get a little bit more experimental and dynamic with my thumbnails. As I understand, thumbnails are important, and this is what I've been thinking that I need to start doing. So I said, hey, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do a thumbnail in front of every show that I do, so that will hopefully. Hello, Electronic Grill. Pleasure to see you there. I can make weird faces. If anything, I have an elastic face from playing football and get my bone structure cracked up. But that's another story for another day. Thank you for joining Electronic Grill. Okay, so we're gonna minimize the skin. All right, I want to try to very quickly take a look. Does everyone like the colored lights I have here? I thought that was pretty kooky. Let me go here. There we go. We can see a little bit better there. Ah. All right. Live dashboard. Ah, I see. All right, we'll get it together. I'm gonna get it together. I'm gonna get it together. All right, let me mute this here. We don't want that audio coming up there. Alrighty. So thank you guys for my wife, beloved wife. We're gonna grow old in this place, girl. We're gonna grow old. That's an inside joke here. That's okay. I don't mind growing old with you. Okay, so we've got this here. I'm happy with that. Now what I need to do is to draw the forms of the characters, right? Now, sometimes I'm wondering if this horse is a little bit too small, but I think he'll live. He'll live. All right, let's take this here. I'm going to draw these guys on separate pages here. I'll also draw them a little bigger. There we go. We have a textured pen is the one we've been going with. Again, I could draw this with just a lasso tool, which would be more than sufficient here. But I think what I'm doing here is, there we go. There we go. All right, hang on. There we go. All right, so that's pretty good. There we go. Yes. There we go. Good. Take his neck here. All right, let's zoom in on that. Zoom out a little bit. Again, we want the rider to have a shape where we'll read as him, right? There we go. There we go. There we go. Yep. See? Let's take that because he's got a kind of a beard. So there we go. Now, to expedite things, whoops. Take there, here, here. See what I'm doing? I'm able to do that. Take here, here, and here. Now, I'm now going to take my pen and I'm going to cover some of this stuff up here. Now, it won't matter once I set him down in the chair. A lot of this stuff is going to be covered up, but you guys will see what I'm doing here. Let's take that. Right. He's a pretty big guy here, so there we go. Take this here. Now I'm going to put some thumbs here, just a little bit. Right? And it's okay if things are slightly exaggerated here because we need to be able to sell it. That's what's happening here. Right? There we go. Now here's where it's going to get a little tricky. Uh, I'm going to draw the hat on his head, but I'm going to do that on a separate layer so I can kind of maneuver it. There we go. Yeah, that's good. All right, let's reduce that down just a little bit. There we go. Yep, I like that. Yep, that's good. I like that. I just need to go back here to his head here. There we go. All right, I kind of like that. I like the way that feels. Yep, that's good. All right, so I'm gonna merge these two layers by hitting right click, merge select layers. All right, everyone see what's happening there? So watch what happens now. Now I'm gonna take this guy. I'm gonna reduce him down in great size. Let's make him a little bit small right there. That's good. You see? See how that works? Now we're telling a story. It reads as a carriage driver doing what's happening here with the horse. I'm going to, and also the things on the character, I don't have to worry about that so much, right? Because everything is in silhouette. But let's take it here. Is that the one? Or the one over here at the bottom? There it is. Start test. Start test. Right there. I'm going to leave the horse and the rider from the carriage separate because I think there's something else that I wouldn't mind doing. But let's go here. Okay, so we got that. Now I'm going to do another layer here. And this is what I'm going to do this time. All right, we're going to take that pen there. Right? There we go. Yeah, there we go. Yes. And we need to take this pole here, extend that on the side. Just like that. Ah, look at that. Look at that. Isn't that crazy how that kind of puts things together? That's so interesting. I really love how these things kind of come together. Hello, Melis Griff. Melis Griff, I don't know who you are, but thank you so much for showing up today. I really appreciate it. Um, my name is Tim Fielder. I am a visual Afrofuturist and graphic novelist, known primarily for my graphic novels Infinitum and Afrofuturist Tale, Maddie's Rocket, Volume 1 or Number 1. And then we've got Infinitum and Afrofuturist Tale, and of course, The Graphic History of Hip Hop. I'm presently working on three kind of external projects. It will be The Comet, which I'm adapting of W.B. Du Bois's seminal science fiction story called The Comet. That'll be coming out from Liverite, W.W. Norton Liverite, hopefully sometime next year. Just need to get it in. And I'll be doing Black Prince with University of Georgia Press with the fantastic writer and biographer Stephen Berry, the endowed chair down there, University of Georgia. And also, I am doing the third volume of the graphic history of hip hop that I'm working on. And this is complete with Dr. Walter Grayson. We've already got the script and the breakdowns and that. And I intend to start actually, what the pages I'm going to be doing next week. But I want to start really cranking out those pages so that we can get to the 24 page number of the Department of Education. So back in the day, for you guys that don't know here, um, the Department of Education, the Civics for All group, the baseball cap that I wear every day. Let me just go here. Back in late 2023, we released a floppy. This was the first variant. And that was done through this group here, called the Civics for All group, led by Joe Schmidt. And it was a 24-page comic and 150,000 copies of these things. 24-page comic was released to the New York City school system. Civics for All Group, I think, is the fifth largest publisher in the U.S. They have done some insane number, like 3 or 4 or 5 million, something crazy, the number of books they published that they've sent out to city schools. And I was Walter and I were blessed to be able to do that initial version with them, and since we owned the book, we were able to start our own company with it, the graphic history company. You would think someone else would have had that title; it seems so obvious to me, but we did it, and we added an additional number of pages on it to bring it up to about 91, 92 pages. And that graphic novel came out April of last year, and I'm working on the next one, and hopefully we can get it out in the fall in time for the Christmas rush. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how the health holds up. But yeah, that is what I'm doing. Just giving you a little background on who I am. Okay, enough of that. Let's get back here to working on this thing, the stuff, man. Let me refresh that. Okay, I think we're good there. Sometimes we have to refresh so I can see what in the world is going on, which is good. All right, we're good. We're back here. Facebook looks good. Okay, I think I'm good there. We've been adding a few views. I have nothing to complain about. Also, let me just take a very, very quick detour. So, I've been really big on trying to be productive, right? Because, when I got out of the comic book industry in the late 90s, by 99, 2000, I was done. I was in the video game industry. But I had great difficulty finishing stuff thereafter. It was a lot of issues finishing stuff. Some people already know that who are my friends, they know that. But I never stopped working. I always kept working with my tools. And I have embraced digital technology decades ago. I started working on 3D, bad 3D. I mean, I'm not Danny Williams or Mark Florstone, who are absolute superstars with that 3D stuff. But I was a mediocre 3D guy for many, many years, starting back in like 97. It's crazy, But I never stopped doing comics. I never stopped wanting to do comics. It's just that I went through a kind of a, you know, it's kind of like a first love. You fall out of love. You go have experiences with someone else, and you come back and you're like, you know what? I always loved you. Right. So that's what comics is for me. That's what they are. That and animation. And you might say, well, okay, where is he going with this? I'm going with this to show this. This. Hold on here. What happened here? Okay, let me go back here. I created this thing here. Manus is an AI software program. You might go, oh Lord, what is he showing us again? And what it did, and it's kind of sad, but it's just what it is. You might say, okay, where is he going with this? And when we're going to get back to the silhouette thing, you're going to get to that in a second. But I've created a piece of software called a graphic novel scheduler. And what it allows you to do is to put in a number of pages, right? You put in a number of pages. So you have here total number of pages. I have, say, 130, right? Let's say I'll go to 150. And it's a web-based application, meaning it can work on any program, any web browser. So it can work on Mac, Windows, whatever, right? And by the way, I am not a programmer. I can't program to save my life. My middle guy, my son, is a programmer. Uh, what the hell? My middle son is a nice guy, and he's a programmer, and he did everything right. He majored in computer science. If there's anyone in the audience who might know somebody in the audience that is looking for a programmer, he graduated from college. He did his time. Notice here I was banging on the table to emphasize the point, the drama. But I would love to introduce you to him. Nice guy, very amiable, and he works. He knows how to program, so it's pretty incredible. He majored in computer science, so there you go. Anyway, back to this. So let's say I have this. Let's say the comment is 150 pages, right? And I want to do the comment in. It's going to sound crazy. 100 days, right? And right now, I'm giving myself 2 pages per day, right? I don't want to work 5 sessions at 90 minutes each. Why? Because that's what put me in the hospital earlier this year. So let's reduce that down. I think what we're going to go is with 2 sessions per day at 90 minutes each. Now, if I can increase that, I will, right? I want 15, we're going to go 30-minute breaks after each session, right? And a lunch break, hey, I'm going to do 120. I mean, 2-hour break. I'm like the French, man. So, just to describe this, 150 total pages for this graphic novel. Duration of 100. I'm giving myself a deadline of 100 days. I want to average 2 pages a day, right? I'm using digital technology, so it's doable. 1 page per session, right? I'm doing 2 sessions per day at 90 minutes each. So I'm giving myself 90 minutes to finish a page. But you know what? Let's change that. Let's say 120 minutes. But you'll notice here when I type that in, it updated. See what's happening? So I could start the schedule. Watch what happens. So that timeline begins to go down, right? I can pause it. I can resume it, right? And it works pretty good. We can have a pop-out timer. We can mute the audio. The whole thing. Let's skip to the next. Watch what happens. We have our schedule here. Let's stop this. Pause. So, as you can see here, this is the schedule. It gives me a layout, day 2, day 3. So it breaks everything up for me, right? And right now, it's called Graphic Novel Scheduler. Maybe I'll share this. I have not published it to the community. But if you guys are interested, I'm not a programmer. And let me just put a disclaimer on this. I am 1,000% certain there are bugs in this. But even though it's called a graphic novel scheduler, you may want it for something else. You may want it for, hey, I want to be able to produce a series of cards or a series of paintings or whatever. But these are things that if you're interested, I will put this up free of charge. All I ask, if you use it, have a little heart on a person. And one day between now and Christmas, buy my books. Anyway, other than that, back to this. But yeah, by the way, what do you guys think of such an idea? Is that something that you might find interesting, or what? Would that be cool, or is this just Tim talking? Galaxy of Comics. Thank you so much, Galaxy of Comics, for joining in today. It's a pleasure to have you here showing my stuff, showing the stuff off. All righty. Okay. These are all good. Facebook appears to be good. Okay. Good. All right. We're going to get back to work here. Take this here. All right. Now, I've drawn this character here, right? And I put this right here. So I like that. I like how the rider is there, right? I like that. That's pretty good. Let me put these glasses back on here. So now what I'm going to do here is this guy. Ah, yeah, here we go. Now let's see what happens here. So again, because you're working in silhouette, gesture is hugely important. Hugely important. All right, let's hang on here. There we go. Hugely important. There we go. All right, there we go. Yeah, that's pretty good. Main character has broad shoulders. Pretty known as a pretty big guy, right? There we go. There we go. There we go. Now let's go in here and get that head worked out a little bit more. There we go. Look at that. Look at that. Now, I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to tweak this if I can. I'm going to put just a little suggestion of a nose there. I'm going to take that beard. I'm going to bring this around like that. And I'll put a collar there. All right, so you see what I'm doing there? There he is. There we go. Now watch this. I'm now going to take this character here. Whoops. Doggone, I can't believe I did that. Actually, yes, I can. Gonna go here. There we go. See? Yes. Yes. Let's make him a little bit bigger, though. Make him a little bit bigger. Right there is good there. Yes. I like that. All right. That's good. That's great. So we see this here. All right. So we got this particular horse there. So now what we're going to do, we're going to do this. So you all see how we're telling that story in three things? He rides up in the carriage, stops the carriage, and gets off. I don't need to show him getting down from the carriage. It's self-evident where he is here, right? I wanted to see that he's riding the carriage, he releases the horse, and he walks off with the horse. Okay, but here it is. So when we do this shot, this is what I want to do. Right? This is good. Yep, there we go. See how I'm doing this? There we go. Right? And although I'm adding like little details of shapes, all this stuff is going to be blacked out. Right? Then we can bring that arm down. His fist here holding everything. Yep, liking that. And then here, yep, we'll do that. There we go. All right. There we go. There we go. See? Now the only thing I didn't do was I didn't put his hat there. We'll see what happens with his hat. All right. So let's take this here, and keep in mind this is all on a separate layer here. So let's see what happens if we take our paint bucket tool. It's 10:14. I'm going to get ready to close down in a few minutes. I know you guys get tired of hearing me talk. There we go. All right, so now we're going to go through with our pen here. We're going to zoom in. Because again, we don't need that stuff. There we go. Yes. There we go. There we go. Ah, yes. Love that. All right, hang on. There we go. Love that. There we go. All right. Think we're good there. So here it looks like he's walking, right? So now all I got to do is reduce this down in size. Yes. See what's happening there? See what's happening? Let's move this up just a little bit right there. And I'm going to reduce him down in size slightly because I want that foot to really read above it that he's walking. All right, I might even do this just as a smidget. Yeah, there we go. Right there. Now, let me take this. It's probably not necessary, but I'm going to do this. See what I'm saying? So he's guiding the horse away here. All right, now the only thing I think I'm going to do is I'm going to take this guy's hat. Let's go back up to the bottom variant here. Oh, there's the horse. There's the guy here, and his hat is on there. I think I need to duplicate his hat. And I'll show you what I'm going to do. Well, you know what? I could just draw that by hand. That's probably not that big a deal. Let's go here. Let's go here. Okay, there he is there. So this is good. So here's what I'm going to do. Here. All right. There we go. There's his hat. Okay. Now, and take a lasso tool here. Command T. Take that down a little bit. Right there. There we go. See, so we got that. See that hat there? See how that's reading now? See how that's reading? So let's go here. All right, let's go here. Where's this guy here? Nope. There he is, right there. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, there we go. Let me erase this. There we go. All right, hang on, guys. All right, hang on. All right. Now, so we got that. All right, watch this. So we need to reduce that down in size. Right about there is good. All right, so you see what's happening? So we told that story through silhouettes, right? No detail, just shapes. Hugely important technique. All right, now what I'm going to do on another day is I will then begin the coloring process. But for right now, here we go. I'm so proud of how this is looking. We're going to do a save right quick before we screw that up, right? And there we go. With that, as I was saying before, we want to make sure that as we work and we do everything we need to do, that we remain positive and we be kind to one another, kind to our families, our children, our spouses, our lovers, our significant others, our partners, our friends, and if we can, our enemies. That's the objective. That is what we're trying to do. Thank you so much for being part of the Dieselfunk Dispatch. We are coming up to our San Diego Comic Con stuff. I will try my best to stream live, but it will be difficult because I'm sure the Wi-Fi signal there is something else. But if I can, I will stream, and if I can save the episode, I'll just upload it. If not, we will see. And I will try my best to broadcast from San Diego. I don't think I'll be able to do an episode tomorrow night because I'll be en route to LA. But if I can at least talk on the train or plane, wherever I'll be flying in, and talk when I get into LA, even for a few minutes, I'll do that. But I want to thank you guys here for this, and I probably what I'll end up doing is just doing the San Diego Comic Con day 1, day 2, day 3, that kind of thing, and keep it fun. You guys are awesome. If you have any questions, please reach out and say, "Hey Tim, what more do you know about the silhouette stuff?" This won't be the last time I'll be showcasing that, so don't worry about that. I'm going to be doing this work all the time. It's so very important to me that I keep it up. And you guys are awesome. You guys are killer. You guys are killer. So with that, want to say subscribe, hit like, all of those different things. I need you to do that. I need you to do that. That will be awesome, right? Hit like, subscribe, and turn on the notifications. This is what we need you to do. Now I'm going to take music by my brother Boston Fielder. Go to herbalt.bandcamp. Check it out. It's all pretty good. It's dope writer. That is the last jump I'll be making. And thank you guys so much. Good night. I will be posting up the Afrofuturism panel tonight